Hi folks, today we are communicating about communication. There is a longer podcast on this topic for those of you that are particularly interested, but today we're going to be going through just a few of those pressure points or areas where communication can easily break down. So essentially I want to talk you through a number of different factors. One is around worldview. Now, our worldview is essentially what makes us to this point in our lives. It's the way that we were raised, it's the jobs we've had, the people we've known, the family values that we were brought up with, it's any religious beliefs we might have, it's relationships that we've had. All of the above constitutes your worldview, everything to date that has made you you. Now, your worldview is really important when we're talking about communication because that is the lens through which you communicate everything. I'm a psychologist, and for my sins I have two psychologist parents, and so this is the way that I speak. Generally, I can't really help it, it's the way I was raised. But that does colour everything that we do, how we see the world, how we speak, how we interact with people. So for me to get my message across clearly, it's going through the lens of my worldview. Before you get my message though, however I'm communicating that to you, it's also got to get through or cut through any noise. Now, the noise might be sort of physical noise about things in the background, but more often than not, the noise that can disrupt our communication is misinterpretations, assumptions, semantics, so words being used and with a different meaning to what we intended, cross-cultural differences. All of these issues can disrupt the communication or send it in a different direction to what we otherwise intended. So that's the second pressure point, worldview, noise. The third pressure point I wanted to talk to you about was the medium or the way that we communicate. Today, I'm communicating with you over video, so you can see me, you can see some slides, I think, as you can visually see me. Imagine now if I was communicating with you with all of this same information, but I sent it to you in an email. You can probably imagine that that might be a less interesting or engaging way for you to get this information. So the way that we communicate is also really important as well, the medium or the tool that we use. Imagine now if we are relying on email to communicate something that's really important. Now that noise factor I talked about becomes even more crucial because you might open the email, then automatically delete it. You might read 3 lines and go, yep, no, that's it. I kind of got the gist of it. Let's move on. Or it might get lost completely in all of the emails that we get every day. So the way that we communicate or the medium we communicate in is really important as well. So worldview, noise, medium. It's also going to get through your worldview. So the way that you interpret what I'm saying or the information that I'm providing is also dependent on how you see the world. So these are just a few areas, hopefully, that you can get a sense of how complicated communication is. Again, if you're interested in hearing more about this and figuring out some tools or techniques to communicate more effectively and to get your message across that much more clearly, please tune into the podcast.